Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and that is a GW Panther, the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Serene Coast. And this GW Panther is being driven by Guji72, and he's got a mark of excellence on his barrel, which I think you know means that he's going to give us a good display. And battle is underway. And you can see there's two GW Panthers on this battlefield. And they've all, in fact there's three, and they've all platooned together. And it looks like Guji is going to stay where he is. He hasn't extended his aim yet. He's loaded. He's ready to shoot. Ah, now he's looking. Nothing says that you have to move away from the spawn point. If you're in an Arty, you can quite happily shoot from there. But the enemy has turned up, and they're on the west side. And there's a Rudy, a Panther 88, and there's a T-71 in the dip, or rather on the edge of the dip, next to the railway line. It's going to go after the Panther 88 first, round out. And he gets a nice hit. It's a splash hit. 29 hit points, 2 critical hits. And there is a stun there. Although he's not picking any stun assistance yet. They're hiding behind that rock. Obviously that's a more defensive position. The more aggressive ones would have pushed through until they got to C1. When he got lovely one there, he actually managed to hit the Panther 88, and he's picked up some stun assist on that. And in fact, actually he stunned both of them because they were both together. The Rudy and the Panther 88. But he got a nice solid hit on the Panther 88. 284 hit points that time. And he's down to 100. So the next splash should be enough to wipe out that Panther. Rounds out. And he does! And he even hits the Rudy with it. 28 hit points, so he's got 1 kill. And he damaged the Rudy, which is stunned as well. And he's picking up stun assist on top. This is good work. Okay, GW Panther's been spotted. He's loaded, he's ready to shoot. He's just trying to work out where it's going to be. Fires a round out. And no, I think he missed, but he stunned the GW. I think he did some splash damage. It appears to be missing half its hit points, and he's picked up the stun assist because the GW was taken out. It was taken out by the T-34-3. Okay, there's a Hawk 12 and a T-34-85. He's going to go for the Hawk, I think. Yep. Certainly looks like it. Rounds out. Oh, massive hit there. 754 hit points. 3 critical hits. That Hawk is certainly stunned. And he's been taken out, so yes, he picks up the remaining stun assist on that. Goes for the Dicamax. Oh, what another fantastic hit. 309 hit points, and he picks up some stun assist as the Dicamax is taken out. He's giving absolutely brilliant help on that side of the battlefield. But I think he's going to have to move a little now because unfortunately the position he's in doesn't allow him to help his team on the east flank. Stritzbahn S1 there. Yep, that's what he's looking at. He might need to turn his turret just a little further to get the maximum field of fire on that Stritzbahn. But he's seen a T-71 making a dash down the east side. Now there is a Nashorn there. But no, Guji's going to concentrate on the tanks up north. That T-71 is really close now. He needs to think about moving. He's about to come through that pass. And he's been hit by the T-71. You know, the T-71's unspotted. He's also been hit by the enemy Arty. And he's been hit again. He should have moved after he saw that T-71 was coming down. Now he's in the protection of that rock at the moment, so he's unsighted from the enemy, and they can't hit him anyway, the enemy Arty. But he really does need to... he should have relocated as soon as that T-71 was seen. Now, box tank. He needs to put a round into that straight away. And he does! 181 hit points, 3 critical hits on the box tank. And he's picked up some stun assist, and I think, yep, the box tank's gone down. So he's motoring now, he's getting out of his own cap. That STRV S1 has turned up. And he's managed to take out the Nashorn. So if Guji had stayed at the cap, he would have been dead as well. And he's damaged the OI with Splash. And the OI has been... No, it's been hit again. 377 that time. And he's been killed. So there's only the Stritzfarm S1 who's coming this way. There he is. Now Guji could put a round into him shotgun. He's engaging the AT-15 at the moment. Big danger he might hit his own team though. And there's also a danger he might be spotted by the enemy Arty. And he shotguns the STRV S1 in the rear, but he backs away because obviously enemy Arty would have seen him as well as the STRV1. And there's an enemy Arty round coming in there. Now he needs to motor and get out of there as quickly as he can, but he's actually going in to shotgun the STRV again. The STRV's after the other Panther, but he's taken out. He's killed by the T-34-3. Now he would have gone unsighted now, so he can move without fear of being hit by the Arty, but he's the one that's furthest north of his team. He's waiting for the Batchat 12T and the T-34-3 to come north. His platoon mate in the other GW Panther is staying to the west of the map. He should be covering the most likely Arty positions. It might help Guji to also cover those positions himself, because when they're spotted by the Batchat, he'll be able to get around into them quickly. He's moving. Okay, so you can shoot over this rock now. And he needs to look. The most likely places are in those bushes at the back of the enemy cap. Over to the left. But the Batchat's over that side and he still hasn't seen them. So they must be over on the other side. They must be around either grid square C9 or they're coming down the peninsula. If he's going to see them, he'll see them very shortly. No, they're not on that side. So they must be on the way to this cap. They must be on the way to Guji's cap. That means they must be on the peninsula. And the Batchat and the T-34-3 are both going over onto the peninsula now. There's the GW. Okay, he's right out on the water edge. I don't know if he's trying to drown himself. But he's taken out by the other GW on Guji's team. But we just need to find the other GW Panther on the enemy team. And there he is. He's in the south. So they both went down the peninsula. Lining up the shot. The other GW is still loading. Rounds out. And he gets a splash hit. 127 hit points, 2 critical hits. Will he pick up the stun assist? I think he is. Yep, there's 174 there. And this is the last enemy. The other GW Panther is going to fire any second. And his round goes in. And Guji's finishes the job. And that's the end of the battle. That was a good battle. Quite exciting. Okay, it was a first-class tanker for Gucci72 in the GW Panther. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crewing incapacitations or module damage. He got a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, at least 6 tanks that were subsequently destroyed by other members of his team, and because he was hit multiple times by the T-71, he actually picked up a Starks medal as well. He lost 2/3 of his hit points, he was hit at least 2 times, and he managed to kill at least 2 of the enemy. In fact, yep, he did kill 2 of the enemy, the 88th and the GW Panther. On the team score, he came second with 2,501 hit points. He came joint third with 2 kills. And he came second with base XP of 1,030. He fired 11 rounds, got 6 hits, 6 penetrations, 7 splash damage. Did damage of 2,501 hit points, of which 2,188 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the damage he did to the Stritz valve is a lot closer. He received 2 hits, 2 penetrations, both from the T-71. He also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage. Now, that was from the enemy GW. He damaged 9 enemy vehicles, destroyed 2 of them. He also did stun assistance of 1,437 hit points, and caused 11 stuns. On the standard account, he earned 33,103 credits, which is quite a high amount. But after auto repair and ammunition resupply, he takes away 17,924 credits, which is still a decent amount. He earned base XP of 1,030, but it was times 2 for the first victory of the day, so he took home 2,060 experience points in total. So well done, Gucci. That was a great battle. You got some nice medals there, so it was well worth it. I would say, though, that since you did see that T-71 coming down towards the cap on the east side of the battlefield, you needed to motor out of that cap a little faster than you actually did to avoid getting hit. And instead of actually aiming shotgun for the T-71, I think you should have been cautious about the fact that if he was on the other side of those bushes, he would see you, but you would not see him until he came through or fired. So, yeah, best to protect your vehicle and get out of there quick. If you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to this channel. And hopefully I'll be seeing you in the next replay.